Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a new recipe that I have recently learned and tried. If you've seen the thumbnail and you read the title, you already know what I'm talking about. We are going to make some soap out of the beef tallow that I have recently learned to render down from suet. And we've made body butter out of it. We've made homemade vapor rub out of it. I am totally loving this tallow. You're gonna have to excuse Willow if you can hear her in the background because I don't know why, but she's super whiny today and needy and clingy and all the dang things. So excuse Willow, but I can't control her. So yeah, we're gonna make soap today. I found this recipe on a YouTube channel, and I think it's called From Scratch Farmstead. So yeah, I'm gonna link that video in the description box down below if you'd like to go and watch her video. And then she has a link in her video to the blog with the whole recipe on it and all the things, just in case you miss a step here or I forget a step or anything like that. You got all your bases covered. But we are gonna list all the ingredients just like I always do with every recipe on the bottom of the screen here below. It's really easy. So the ingredients is gonna consist of castor oil, and I will try and link links in the description also to ingredients where I can. This came from Amazon. You're gonna need coconut oil. This is the one she used in her video. I got this at Costco. It's just the Kirkland brand organic virgin coconut oil. It needs to be cold pressed and unrefined. Got that from Costco specifically for this. We need olive oil, and she states in her video it needs to be on the label that it is one country, that it is done all processed in one country, and this one says bottled and packed in Italy. So if there's multiple countries on there, it's not going to be in its purest form. So this is from Sam's, the Member's Mark brand, extra virgin olive oil. And then you're going to need your tallow, and then you're going to need some lye. And this I also got from Amazon, just Bell Chemical brand, sodium hydroxide, food grade, and lye. So I will try to list this in the description as well. If I can't, that's what it looks like. This is the 2 pounds container. All right, other than that, if you want, this is totally optional, but it's not required, but you can, if you want, add essential oils. I am going to. I'm gonna put tea tree oil to make, you know, like antibacterial, anti all the things properties, and lavender for scent. This also came from Amazon. This I picked up at Walmart. I will try to tag and link and all the things for all the things that I'm using, if possible, in the video for you somewhere, so keep your eyes peeled for that. As far as equipment that you need, it's not a lot. It's probably some things you already have around the house anyway. You're gonna need a medium-sized saucepan. You're gonna need a metal spoon, a metal or a food grade plastic bucket or a metal bowl. Cannot be glass, does not need to be glass. Okay, that's for the lye. You're gonna need an immersion blender. You're gonna need a scale for measuring, and you'll need either measuring spoons, or I prefer this to measure out my essential oils in. It is an Anchor Hawking. I got it from Walmart. I love it, and it has tablespoons, teaspoons, and ounces measuring lines. You can't really see it on the camera, but it has all those measuring lines. I got it at Walmart. I love it. So that's what I'm gonna use to mix my oils in, to measure those out. And then you're gonna need some soap molds. I'm using these. The last time I made this soap, I used these two, and it filled all of these up. So I got 12 bars, and I still had soap left over. I had to do something with it, and I didn't have any more soap molds. So I got a little strawberry one out, and I made little bitty strawberries, which is great. I keep one on the kitchen sink to wash hands with. I put one in the shower to wash my face with. Once we use the bar that's in the shower, that's the Dove bar, I will put one of these in the shower for us to use, but we're gonna use up the Dove first. And then I didn't have enough, so I ran to Hobby Lobby the other day, you probably saw on that video, and grabbed this soap mold so that I could have all bars this time. Willow Jean. No ma'am. She's into everything. And then you're gonna need some sort of eye protection. So I'm gonna use my sunglasses and some gloves, like these rubber gloves for your hands, and long sleeves for when you stir up the lye, because it is caustic and it will burn you if you are not careful. So make sure you have all the protection for when you do the lye step. So outside of that, that's all you need. and we are going to go ahead and I'm going to start measuring out the oils. We're going to melt them on the stove, and then while those are cooling down to the correct temperature, we're going to go outside and mix up the lye in the middle bowl, and then we add them together, all the things. It's so easy. So let's get started. So the first ingredient we're going to put in here is our tallow, and I'm not going to melt it first. I'm just going to dig it out like this. I have my scale set to 0 with this measuring cup on the top of it. So we're only measuring the tallow, and you're going to want 10 ounces of the tallow. Okay, so 10 ounces of tallow, we're going to put it in the saucepan. Okay, next is coconut oil. In case you're wondering, yes, this coconut oil does have a coconut smell to it, but I don't really worry about it because you can't smell it in the finished product, especially once you put those essential oils in there. It doesn't really smell coconutty. But I mean, I guess if you like a coconut smell, then that would work to your advantage. Again, same thing, we're gonna do 10 ounces of the coconut oil. So 10 ounces of coconut oil. Okay, now next is olive oil, also 10 ounces. You want your measurements to be exact with this. You know how I usually cook, and I usually don't a lot of stuff I don't measure it. This has to be exact. That's why you gotta do the scale. That in. Okay, and then the last one is castor oil, but it is not 10 ounces like the rest of them. It is only 6 ounces. And this one, again, it needs to be cold pressed, and it needs to be hexane free in a glass amber bottle. So this is a glass bottle. This is the brand, and I will try to link it. Like I said, it did come from Amazon. You only need 6 ounces, and this is a 16-ounce bottle, so you can get 2 recipes out of this. So there we go. Castor oil. We're gonna put all this in the pot on the stove on low heat and just occasionally stir it until all of this is melted down and combined, and then we're gonna put it into the refrigerator to chill until it gets down to 100 degrees. All right, now before I put the scale away, I put everything else away. Before I put the scale away, I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my lye and measure out the water in separate containers, so that when I go outside to mix them, they're already measured out. So get the scale on with a different clean measuring cup here, and we need 5.1 ounces of lye. I'm gonna try to stand away from it. Very exact, 5.1 ounces. There we go. So we're just gonna move that over there, because we don't want to mix it with the water yet. And we're going to put the bowl that I'm going to mix it in on the scale. Reset that to 0. And then for the water, we need 13.7 ounces of water. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the water in the bowl I'm going to mix it into, because when you mix it, you need to mix the lye into the water, not the other way around. It's very, very important. So 13.7 ounces. Too much. Still too much. There we go. 13.7. Yes, that teeny tiny amount does matter. All right, so those are ready to go outside to mix together in just a little while, but I don't want to do it just yet because once you mix it, you need to let it cool for 10 minutes and then you're gonna mix it with the oil mixture, and it's gonna take way longer than 10 minutes for that oil mixture to come down to 100 degrees. So it's just ready to go, and now I can put everything else away. Just gonna gently and slowly melt this down until it's just liquid and all combined together. That's all you're looking for. Okay, so we're outside. I got my gloves on. And now we've got our bowl of water. It is awfully breezy out here, so that's good because we don't want to breathe this in too much. So we're gonna go ahead and, I'm sure you can probably hear the air, the wind, sorry about that, in the microphone. We're gonna slowly add this lye into the water while we're continuously stirring, and it's going to get very, very hot. Trying to stay downwind of it so I'm not breathing in the fumes. And as it heats, it's a chemical reaction. And then we're just going to keep stirring until the water becomes clear. And then we're gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes to cool down to where it is safe to handle it. And I just checked the temperature of the oil mixture on the stove, and it is currently sitting at 121 degrees. So in about 10 minutes time, when this is ready, the oil should be about 100 degrees and we will be ready to go. It's starting to get more clear. So we keep stirring. See it's clear. This bowl is hot. I can feel it through my gloves. When I pick it up like this, I can feel it under here. It is hot. This is why you want to do it outside and with protection, because I can imagine if you touch this to your bare skin, you would be going to the emergency room. Okay, we're ready with this. Let this sit for 10 minutes. All right, so now while that's cooling, we're gonna go ahead and get set up for the next step, because when we combine the oils and the lye mixture together, it goes really fast and you have to be ready, otherwise it will start to harden inside the pot and you do not want that. So we're gonna lay out a cookie sheet. I need a hard surface that I can move around without disturbing the soap molds. So I'm gonna do it here to get the soap into the molds, and then that way I can pick this up without disturbing them and go set it somewhere else and not tie up my countertop. Before I do that, I'm just gonna line it with some parchment just in case I spill any and I don't want it on the cookie sheet. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our soap molds in here. So make sure they're nice and flat. Let's see, how am I gonna be able to fit these on here? Like this. Yep. There we go. And then we've got enough to do, so this is 12, 15, 18 bars of soap. I don't think it will do all 18, but last time it did all of these and I had some left over, so I might can get 2 or 3 bars out of this, but we'll see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my essential oils measured out. You need a total amount of 1 tablespoon. And like I said, I'm gonna do both lavender and tea tree oils. So we're not gonna count drops. We're just gonna, get that out of there. I'm gonna do just enough to make it a tablespoon. So we're gonna do like half of it tea tree. I don't like the way tea tree oil smells, but I like the benefits of it. I think it's antibacterial, maybe antimicrobial, you know, all the things. You can Google it and see. And then we're gonna finish it with the lavender. I think I can pop this off. Okay. There we go. Now this is ready. So all I have to do is pour it in there when it's time, and you'll see it goes so fast. We have to be ready. Okay, we are at 100 degrees or 99.9. So that's about as close as I'm gonna get. So we are going to, we got our immersion blender ready and plugged in. We have our water and lye mixture here. Soap molds are ready. Essential oil is ready. So what we're gonna do is we are going to pour this in slowly. Don't want to just dump it in there. We're going to set this aside, and then we are going to very carefully, on the lowest setting possible, just pulse this until we get like a vanilla pudding consistency. Don't want to slosh it.
That lime really changed the color of the oil.
Yes, this is a process that's called saponification. Saponification. It's where the lye reacts, the chemical reaction with the fat.
Like baking soda and vinegar?
Soda.
Only instead of bubbling, color change?
Alright, so that's pretty much the consistency. So at this point, we want to go ahead and add in our essential oils. And then we're going to blend that just enough to get the oils blended all in completely. And then we got to get it in the mold before it begins to harden. Woo! So you just want to make sure it's all incorporated evenly in there.
If you put such lime, then how come you can't use it as soap?
Because by the time it's hardened, it's not caustic anymore. That's the saponification. Okay. That over here. Get rid of this.
Little bubbles on the top.
Move this to a flat surface. And we're just going to fill our soap molds, and we'll just see how many bars we get. And that is okay. I'm just gonna gently spread it flat. Okay, so these are gonna sit just like this for 24 hours. That's why I need to put it on something hard so I can move it out of the way without disturbing the silicone molds, because this has to sit undisturbed for 24 hours. At the end of 24 hours, you pop them out of their molds, you set them on a drying rack, I'll show you, and then they have to sit there on the drying rack covered in a towel for 4 weeks to cure before you can use them. Okay, so I'm just gonna set these in here in the laundry room on top of the dryer. I don't plan on doing any more laundry today, tonight, or tomorrow morning until they're ready to pop out of the molds. So it'll be fine to be in here, in the dark, in the cool, out of the way. And then when they're done, I'm gonna put them up here. This is the cooling rack that you can get at Dollar Tree. And this is what I did before. These are the ones that I did before. You just pop them out of the molds, put them on the drying rack, and then, or cooling rack, whatever you wanna call it. It's for baking, but this is the cheapo one from Dollar Tree. And then I just put a tea towel over the top of them, 4 weeks, leave them alone, forget about it, write it on your calendar 4 weeks from then, and they're ready to go. So these are ready to go. I've already given some to some family members and some friends because we're enjoying it. And there's one on my bathroom sink. So let me take you in there and let me show you the lather and how beautiful and silky the lather is. So here's the bar sitting on my sink. It doesn't take a lot to get some on your hands. And I like it that it doesn't melt all over the sink and make a big mess the way the Dove bars do. It doesn't take a whole lot to get a good lather going. I wish you could feel it. I wish you could smell it. It is so soft. It is so silky feeling, moisturizing. That coconut oil, castor oil, olive oil, the tallow, all that is so good for your skin. So beneficial. Like I said, I have now started washing my face with it so that I can do away with buying this. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like I said, I will leave links in the description box down below to the From Scratch Farmstead, I believe is what it's called, a video where I found this from. And she has her blog link in her video that has the actual recipe written out, the step-by-step photos. So hope you go and make some of this yourself. She, in her video, did the loaf mold, the big long rectangular mold that's the silicone insert into the wood where you can pull it out and then slice the bars however thick you want them. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to just do it just like you saw. So I think this is a pretty nice size bar of soap. It smells nice, it smells clean, it smells fresh. It has not irritated our skin at all. Like, this is not broken out, this is not bleeding like it typically is. My skin on my face is not broken out, it feels soft. I have no complaints. So I hope you go and make you some. It's super easy, it's just a few extra steps. Mix the water and lye, mix the oils, mix them together, put it in the molds. You're done. So there you go. The hardest part is waiting 4 weeks to be able to use it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the next video. Love you.